right, we are going to go ahead and get started with tonight's post-race media availabilities. We are now joined by Team Penske's Michael Nelson. If you have a question for Michael, please raise your hand and we will get a wireless microphone to you. Who would like to start us off? All right. Okay, we'll go to Greg.
There. How gratifying is it as an organization to have Joey win this, and also what Team Penske did at Indy today? It's got to be a good shot in the arm, good motivation for the entire team.
You know, if you had to wait, this was the day to wait to get that done. So, yeah, great day for Mr. Penske and the whole organization.
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. What was your assessment of the tire experiment today?
Well, I thought it was a great race, you know, for obvious reasons with the way it turned out. But, you know, just the racing in general was really good. You know, I had a good feel for that watching the truck race today in terms of the track itself. But, you know, as far as the tires go, yeah, I mean, it was a good race, some options there to do some different things. And so, you know, hopefully you guys and the fans feel the same way.
All right, and we have now also been joined by crew chief for the number 22, Paul Wolfe. If you have a question for either of these gentlemen, please raise your hand. We will get a microphone to you. Did we have one over here? Okay. Go to Mark.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Congratulations, Paul. How frustrating has it been to in over parts of last year into this year and have the start that you have, knowing you got the driver, knowing you got the team, and it's just not working, and then you put together a night like this?
Yeah, well, obviously, if you've been in the sport long enough, you know that's kind of part of it. You know, this isn't the first time we've had our struggles over the years. I've been through it before. But I think, you know, all the experience we have on the team and within the company, I think you got to just stay focused and continue to work hard and work smart, right? And I think the short track program in general has always been a strength for us, especially here with the new car. I mean, we've had some strong performances, you know, at Martinsville and Richmond earlier this year. And we were fortunate enough to do the Goodyear tire test here a couple months ago. So I think the key there is it was great that we were able to capitalize on that. You know, we ran over 800 laps here at the tire test and took all that information and you know, helped Goodyear do their part of it, but also got what we could out of it as a team and take that back and put together something that was obviously showed to be pretty special here tonight with the performance in that car and what Joey was able to do. I think you had to have a really good balanced car to make those reds work the whole race like we were able to do. That was key. I think we saw guys that didn't have a very well-balanced car that would fall off, whether tight or loose, but it took a pretty balanced car to do that, and fortunately we had that.
You've got a veteran group and obviously a veteran driver. How hard is it, though, to keep going like, guys, we just got to keep grinding, doing the right things, it'll turn around? How hard is that to keep the team directed that way and to keep pushing that way?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's you know, it's easy to lose confidence. You know, this is a tough sport, and but I think the fact that we've been able to have such good success together, and most of the guys in this team have been with us for a long time. You know, not only on the pit crew, but all my mechanics and those guys, they've been with us a long time. So they've been through it. They have faith in what we're doing. And like I said, as you've been in it a long time, you start to understand that it's just part of it sometimes, and we just keep going every week and grinding and knowing that eventually it'll turn around. And you know, hopefully tonight was a little boost for everybody. You know, unfortunately, it wasn't a points-paying race and didn't lock us into the playoffs, but it showed that as a group we're still capable of putting together a good weekend like this. You know, right from qualifying, you know, the pit crew. I wouldn't say we did anything super fast on Friday or in qualifying yesterday, but there was no mistakes, right? Joey did a great job executing pit road on and off. The pit crew just had a solid stop, and the car put down a nice lap. So that's kind of what it took, and gave us that track position to be able to manage the race from there.
We're going to go next to Reed Spencer.
Reed Spencer with the NASCAR Wire. Paul, with what you said about the balance, was there any consideration of going to the primaries at the 100-lap break?
Well, I mean, we obviously talk through a lot of things pre-race, and you try to lay out a rough plan, right? But you never know when the cautions are going to fall or those types of things. You know, that caution at lap 1 or 2 or whatever, I don't know, whatever it was, lap 2 maybe, that kind of threw us off a little bit. I'm not going to lie. But it's very hard for us as a leader to give up that track position. I understand, you know, when you don't have the track position, the move those guys made, because everyone was a little uncertain about, you know, how long could you go on these tires. We were fortunate to be able to get, I think we ran 65 laps on the option tire in practice, so we kind of had an idea that we weren't bad on them. I know guys saw some blistering and stuff in practice. So, you know, not giving up the track position kind of put us on a different strategy there, because I kind of had a feeling that guys were going to, now they had 2 sets of option tires to finish the second half of the race. And I just felt we were able to manage well and kind of monitor the lap times through the end of the first stage, and felt like without giving up a bunch of track position, we're just going to have to stay on the reds. And fortunately, there was a lot. I think we had 9 cars behind us or so as a buffer to start in that second stage. It kind of went down that same path and worked out.
Before we continue, do we have any additional questions for Michael? Okay, we'll go to Mark.
Mark Garrow, PRN. Roger Penske and Team Penske has a penchant for putting together big days. This is another big day. Shut out the front row at Indy, win this race. Can you just talk about this being another kind of highlight day for Team Penske?
Well, we're just happy to be able to give that to him. You know, for all the things he's done for us and for the sport in general. We just feel like that was the expectation. We saw what happened today in Indianapolis, and you know, I think that's a little extra motivation for us to try to hold things up here in North Wilkesboro. So, yeah, I mean, it's an honor when we can do that, and you know, I'm excited about the upcoming race at Charlotte and also the Indy 500. So, hopefully, we can bring him a little more success in the coming week.
If we have no additional questions for Michael, we will go ahead and let you go. Thank you so much and congratulations. All right, we will continue on with Paul. Questions for Paul? Let's go to Ben.
Ben White with the Fayetteville Observer and Speed Sport. Paul, when you have a car as good as what you had tonight, is it sort of a double-edged sword, because it's so good, but then you're sitting there thinking, holy cow, what can go wrong? I mean, does that go through your mind when you have a car that's good?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's always hard as the leader. At times, it's a lot tougher as the leader on making those tough decisions on pitting, not pitting. You know, obviously tonight we threw in the variable of another tire. At times, it's almost like you're a sitting duck, because they're a lot of times going to just do the opposite of what you do, right? You have the track position, the guys in the back don't, so they're going to play the opposite strategy. Like I said, fortunately, we had a great car. I mean, obviously we didn't know that until we got deeper into the race, but fortunately it played out that we did. Now, when we started the race, Joey thought his balance was really good. And we were able to, like I said, manage that option tire, which had more speed for sure. Short run, we know that. We just weren't sure at what point it was going to, go over the cliff, right, and really give up. Now, being the leader of the race, that always helps to be able to manage your stuff. You're just kind of managing that gap out back. So I'm sure that was a factor in it as well. But like I said, having a good balanced car when you're on a tire like that can give up when you abuse it, that was really key to being able to run that option tire for both segments of the race. Yes, sir.
Additional questions? Bob?
Bob Pockris, Fox Sports. What can this do for your season? Because I assume it hasn't really gone the way you've wanted.
No, I mean, like I said, I think more than anything, it just gives, myself and Joey and all the guys working on this car every week, just confidence that as a group we can still win. We can still put on performances like this. I mean, no, it wasn't a points-paying race, but I'm pretty sure everyone in the garage was still doing all they could to win this race. So, like I said, we've been together a long time, a lot of experience, but the sport's very tough, and you also have to be able to adapt. We've seen the evolution of this new car and it change over the last few years, and I think it just lets everyone on the team know that we're still capable of this, and stay positive, stay motivated, and let's keep moving forward. We're capable of winning more races and championships. I think is more than anything what I take from tonight.
Any final questions? All right, Paul, thanks so much and congratulations.
All right, you guys, thanks.
All right, there's the checkered flag. Great job, driver.